Welcome to Let's Play Hook. For real this time. I'm Zegenerate, or Zany, or Zach, or whatever I'm going to be going by in a month or so. Yes, if you look through my videos, you'll see some dumb shit, but you'll also see me do a Let's Play of Hook. And looking back at it, I don't think it's awful, but I'm bored, and I feel like I could just do a better job nowadays. Especially in terms of at least the gameplay. So, you know, here I am. As Peter is destined to be the Pan, I am destined to play Hook over and over again, and record myself doing it for the rest of my life. I am nearing 30, and there's a lot of things I want to try to get done before I turn 30. So I guess what better way to feel like a kid again than to go back to Neverland. I must say, for a movie tie-in game based on Hook, of all things, this has a lot of effort into it. It's got great looking graphics, beautiful soundtrack. I absolutely love this game's soundtrack. This song here is really good, but I'll point out some of my favorites as I play. The fact that they even went through the effort of putting in pretty reasonably good cutscenes. The Sega CD version has voice acting. I don't remember it being very good. This is overall a very solid game. Pretty short, but good for what it is, at least until the end of the game. But we'll see how I do this time, because I've thought of new strategies for the endgame, and we'll see how that goes, and maybe I'll stop getting hit by random things I didn't notice. Also, Peter, after this, you gotta move. Because apparently the entirety of Neverland knows where you live. You got doxxed, my Peter. Little known fact, as soon as you start paying taxes, you can no longer fly. Fat and old Tink, really? We're body shaming? I thought I knew you better than that. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with Tink here. If you're here to save your kids, but the people that'll help you save your kids will only do it if they think you're a certain someone, whether you are or not, just say you are. Your kids' lives are at stake. Well, Peter, Rufio's being a little shit. It's time to teach him a lesson. I just now noticed the no hook rock in the back. Does that mean the other pirates are allowed? It's just specifically Hook. Or maybe it just means Captain Hook can enter as long as he takes off his hook hand first. This game is very rude to amputees. Yeah, you can't turn until the apex of your jump. That was one thing I had difficulty with the last time I was playing. You can turn faster if you jump lower, but that is something I'm going to have to keep in mind. god. The range of this weapon is going to be a problem. So when we get a Peter Sword, which we can find as a power-up after the first level, we're gonna want to try to keep that as long as possible. At first, the range of the dagger never bothered me, but as I looked back on the first Let's Play I did, I realized, wow, yeah, it's really tiny. And it's usually not a problem up until you fight Hook. Or until, like, certain ranged enemies later on. As you can see, for these basic enemies, it's not a problem. Flying is an important thing, because this is a game based on Peter Pan. Being unable to fly would be pretty bad. You can hold hold attack to move faster, whether on the ground or in the air. Well, while flying, I mean. I don't know who the skateboard kid's supposed to be, but to be fair, I haven't seen Hook. It's like 2014 or something. I love how the seasons change here. I don't know why they're changing. Unless this is supposed to be, like, presented as a montage. Oh, maybe that's the point. I never thought of it that way before. Oh yeah, while he's dashing, he's invincible. Just gotta jump over him and hit him. Not every boss will be so basic, of course. And Rufio, I believe, teaches you an important game mechanic, that if you have the sword and you get hit, you don't take damage, instead you just lose the sword. Now the thing about the golden sword, that's what I usually call it, or I guess I could call it the Pan Sword. It has a projectile. I wonder if you wait long enough, does Rufio ever use that projectile? Let's go save my kids. They're tax deductible. I guess I would call this the main theme of the game, and it's one of my favorite themes. I was afraid I was going to lose the sword already. I'm trying not to touch the beehives, because if you touch them, bees come out. I would like to see how long I can hold on to the sword. I'm going to practice a little thing called patience. Remove only necessary enemies that are blocking my way and avoid all the others. See, no need to kill the arrow. I'm probably going to lose the sword during the force boss, just because it's easy to take a random hit. Oh, Leap of Faith, so they're common. They're gonna come. I'm just gonna ignore that life. Nope, not this time. Okay, alright. This sword is very hard to find, so if you ever lose it, there is a couple places you can pick it up, or at least a couple places I know off the top of my head, but it's hard to find otherwise, so I'm trying to keep this time, because I don't think I've ever taken it to this boss before. Oh yeah, flashing lights warning, by the way. Oh, come on. Can I please? Just once. That was very close. Peter's just waiting. Come on down. You want a brand new car. I'm not even epileptic and that hurts me. The victory theme I find to be pretty cool. Pretty good. Finally got to take it over to the next level, because it does carry over. Use the projectile to your advantage. We don't need to see the map again. We've already seen it the first time. Careful not to touch that fairy. It'll spring the Venus flytrap. Or fairy flytrap, maybe in this case. You can walk under it perfectly fine. Those boulders will never come back downhill, so you don't have to worry about that. They start rolling up. There is, yep. There is a golden sword in this level, I believe. How did that projectile miss? We'll take that because it's safe. What the hell? Never noticed him do that before. Maybe it's just like his body specifically that takes damage and not the barrel. Oh, I thought I would be able to sneak underneath that. Like I said, the golden sword is in here. The fire archers take 2 hits. They only fire 1 arrow, unlike the regular archers, but the fire arrow lingers. So I'll watch out for that. There's an apple, that's a full restore. Cherries are a 1 heal. I believe you have to go back down. Let me see if I can find it. If I don't, I'll cut this out. Yeah, because I actually plan on editing this video unlike the previous one. Oh, seriously? The hits? One thing I've also noticed, Peter's hurt box feels humongous. Either that or just every enemy outranges you unless you have that golden sword. It's very important to hold on to it. Which is why I went back to look for it. It's... I wouldn't say essential, but I want to see what the hook fight is like when I have that sword. Because I have to imagine it is... like, baby mode. You can control the height of your jump, which is something I find fun about how this game controls, although his jump is very floaty, and it can be hard to escape attacks while you're in midair, just because of how slow you move horizontally and vertically. Or just how slow you move in general. You might see a very obvious attack coming your way, and you just might not have the time to get out of the way. Due to the angle of it or whatever. How did I miss that? Like, honestly, you increase the speed of Peter a little bit, this game would be double the fun. But as he is currently, he's very sluggish. Peter also has no way of dealing with, like, threats really above or below him. Oh. Well, I'll take extra health. Not what I was expecting to find, but still a pleasant surprise. I was wondering where that was, because I didn't pick any extra health bars up in my first playthrough until the final levels. Wait, I believe? Whatever. Now you might be thinking, well, Peter's so sluggish, why not just run all the time? First, that slide. Secondly, you have to attack first before you're allowed to run or fly faster, and that I mean, you can thankfully move while attacking, but it slows you down. So, like, it's not a good fast escape option. You have to have room to be able to set up a run. But if you're trying to run, it probably means you want to get out fast. He also needs to build up his speed as well. I don't think a lot of these criticisms make this game bad by any means, just not reaching its full potential. Because I do think there's a clear effort, like, these backgrounds are amazing. And, you know, while the levels are short, I feel like the level design is pretty good for the most part. There could be annoying bits or poorly designed bits, but for the most part, I would say not until the final level that the game feels pretty fair. This is a checkpoint right here. Actually, if you die like about 2 or 3 spikes away, the game will spawn you in front, so it's pretty generous. Randomly there. What the? I've never seen him stop before. I thought they always move forward. The balloons are usually 2 hits. Unless you hit the balloon itself, then it's 1 hit. Ah, the mermaid. This part I feel is pretty badly designed. The mermaid pushes you more into danger than it actually saves you. Oh. You want to make sure you're holding jump in the water, otherwise you will sink like a rock. Wow, that part gave me no difficulty, I'm surprised. Have I actually gotten better at games? He always pops up on the left, yep. Free hit. Oh man, I was trying to fly. Oh well. I get all my health back in the next level anyway. Not like health persists. Guys, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. Well, he's dead, but... This is Evans the Snake. I explained the story in my previous Hook Let's Play, but... You know, I don't really want people to watch that one. Please watch this one instead. And listen to this... So, in my first Let's Play on a different channel that I will never tell anyone about ever. I was trying to make a poor joke about it looking like a lot like Ekans. I just did it again. It looks like Ekans from Pokemon. It really does. It's a purple snake. And you know, all purple snakes are Ekans. But I accidentally called him Evans. So that's just sort of a... Also, for some reason in that first Let's Play, I felt the need to kill all those eels. You really don't have to. You don't have to go out of your way to kill so much, but I was in such a murderous spree. You don't really get out it too much out of going out of your way to kill enemies. So I don't know why I did it beyond just enemy bad. Golden Sword is right there, but... What? That... I was just about to explain I never knew how you got that, and then I just walked right through it. There was a fake wall the entire time. Oh, you have no idea how long I've just stared at that sword and been like, how do you get that? Is there like a secret way? You just walk through it. There was no save stating involved. You saw nothing. That stalagmite is really hard to dodge, actually. You have to make sure that it's, like, right after you fall off, you got to hold left. Otherwise, you'll just... your momentum will carry and you'll, like, just go immediately underneath it. Hang on. I don't think I need the full flight meter. Because yeah, this is the end of the level. Why do you need flight to get up here just to get to the end of the level? There's nothing else. There's not even a boss fight. It's a very curious level design choice now that I'm looking at it. I'll do whatever it takes to carry this golden sword to the end. I want to know what the final boss fight is like without it. I does have to know. Because, like, you have no idea how much the projectile, like... Or, like, even just the... Like, even if it didn't have the projectile, just the range naturally? The range naturally is just so much better. It stretches out farther. I wish this was the regular range of the knife. But it's not. It leads to some of the game's biggest issues. I have no shame at this point. What? There's an extra health pick up there? I'm learning a lot of things. Oh, I'm making that. Nice. Be careful of the birds. Just like in a lot of classic games, they're very annoying. Also be careful of running. That slide can really mess you up. This game is so close to being very, very good. But unfortunately, like, there's some of the decisions in its movement that hold it back from being great, and it's just kind of mediocre. Oh, fun fact, there is actually an arcade version of Hook, and that one's a beat-em-up, which is weird. I don't know if it's a 4-player beat-em-up, because besides Peter Pan, I don't know who else you play as. Rufio? Careful, because their heads also count as, like, they can hurt you as well. Wait. Okay, so when you start descending, that's when you can change your direction. That's a bizarre choice. Like I said, just these odd choices hold this game back. Just like what holds me back is the fact that I use save states during the Let's Play. But you know, I'm not losing this sword, guys. I refuse. Alright? Alright, listen, I refuse to lose this sword. Like, look at this. Okay. Wait, the momentum carries over even before you start the actual run itself. The fact that when you land, you could start sliding is annoying. Because you're not allowed to turn. You are not allowed to turn directly after a landing. Or, well, you can, but there's a slide animation. Wait. Can you cancel it? No, because you saw me sliding to try to turn the other way. But I was still attacking forward. It's... That boss fight's not hard. It's just Peter's momentum is annoying to deal with. In wide open spaces, it's generally not a problem. But in those tight boss arenas, when you can't turn on a dime, especially for a boss where you have to position those dynamites directly above him and hit the balloons so they land on him, it's frustrating. I'm sure there's a way to play around it, and if I did some more practice before just jumping in and recording, I'd probably have found it. Oh, don't think just because you're in the air that you don't have momentum. Oh no, if you fly faster in the air, it'll take a long time for Peter to be able to stop. Please. I never knew that balloon could hurt you after he was dead. I'm trying to keep the golden sword, and trying to keep the golden sword can be frustrating. And that level particularly was frustrating, because bullets are a thing. Anyway. Welcome to the overly long gimmick level. So here, we have to keep this fireball around. It'll light up the cave. Of course, it'll only keep the cave lit if it's on screen. You can attack the flame, but it will come back. And it is important to be able to attack the flame. Because sometimes it'll get in your way if you get lost, if you get pinned in the corner. Of course, it spawns really, really quick, so, you know, run past it immediately if you can. It is also pretty cool, nice attention to detail that... It is a pretty cool attention to detail that when Peter stopped on the slope, his leg actually sticks out. Wait. Am I not just being led in a circle? I think I might have to go down then. You coming? Alright, just make sure. Don't lag behind. When even Peter Pan's walking speed can outrun you, you know you're slow. These skeletons are unkillable. They kind of act like the skeletons from Castlevania. I was gonna say from Castlevania. You know, the red skeletons, they often reformed a moment after being killed, but these come back, I believe, much faster, unless I'm wrong about the timing of the ones from Castlevania. Do watch out, they have a bone projectile attack. You have to be careful jumping down that pit. There is a turn with spikes in it. Having to... It's better not lead to pain. Okay. Come on, Mr. Fire. We got adventure to go through. Adventure! I said adventure! Come on, it's adventure time. Please? Adventure with me. For like 5 seconds. You really have to be careful of the barrel riders at that part. Even their mohawks from underneath can hit you. I don't know if they have mohawks specifically, but mullets? Their hair is very dangerous. Because you would think, oh, their hitbox doesn't cover their entire body, does it? No, it does. Pro tip, if you get cornered by the fire, hold attack after attacking so that way you can just run right past it. Otherwise, you will be too slow to get through it before it returns. Leap of faith. This game has plenty of them. And it's really bothersome. Okay, this part we don't need the fire anymore. Oh, god damn it! This is a boss you have to play very carefully against. His head will relentlessly chase you down. You can hit the head, stun it for a moment, but then it goes back to the body. I guess you could do that if you feel like you're in danger. This boss and like other bosses takes 4 hits. Look at his head's all like confused. Like, where does his body go? Also, that doesn't exist in the movie. I don't remember the movie that well, but I do know he's not in it. Just the whole Peter's movement capabilities are so frustrating to play with. Because jumping over enemies is very important, man. So you jump over and behind them, because a lot of enemies, you know, like these ones, can't be attacked from the front. So, you know, you jump over them. Okay, that time it worked in my favor. You jump over them, you do this flip. Like, see the pile of dust? You just jump over them. I guess you gotta hold the other direction immediately. The problem is, that'll slow your momentum and turn you right into the thing you're trying to jump over. So you kind of have to, like, jump you have to time when you turn around to right before you land so you don't slide. But you don't want to do it too early or you'll run into the enemy you were trying to avoid in the first place. No. I'm not dealing with those boomerang guys, I tell you what. They're very annoying. Their ranged attack can cover a lot of angles. These bomb guys you have to watch out for. As soon as you strike them, they'll throw a bomb. And I do mean as soon as you strike them. Like, after they do that little hurt pose, they'll throw a bomb immediately. You can't hit their bombs out of the air. God, this sword really does make this game trivial. Without the sword, this is frustrating to deal with due to your range. But now that you have basically full screen range, it's like, why bother dealing with anything? Look, he's doing a Sonic, well, sort of. Sonic didn't exactly yawn. Something that I just now thought of that amuses me, Peter Pan in Hook is played by Robin Williams. And from what I remember, he gives a pretty good performance, but you know, it's Robin Williams, of course he does. But I'm just imagining this Pan being Robin Williams and him doing all that platforming and sword fighting. Oh, you can just run right underneath them. Okay. Fair enough. This Hawkeye is, not too challenging. Just be aware that every time you hit him, he's gonna come immediately for you. But I consider him to be one of the easier bosses once you get flying down. It's amazing how different this game feels when you take the golden sword with you. I've been safe stating my ass through all of this because I want to see how much different this game is when you just carry it with you. Now, of course, kids back in the 90s didn't have save states, so if they got hit, they had to find the sword, but finding the sword is really hard to do. But I wanted to see what it would be like to play this game when you have the golden sword with you the whole time. Can the game's difficulty handle it? Because it seems like a lot of the enemy's advantages come from just being able to outrange you very easily due to your dagger size. They can still outrange you in some ways, because the archers, for example, have an angle that Peter can't really cover. Peter is only really good in a straight line. But, you know, that's not uncommon for video game protagonists. You know, Mega Man is known for mostly shooting in a straight line unless he has certain power-ups that allow him to do otherwise. But like I said, Mega Man has different ways of dealing with enemies once he does get the abilities from Robot Masters. Peter Pan just gets the sword, and that kind of becomes about it. It will murder everything in a straight line, but it can still make certain encounters very difficult. What the hell? That's it? There's just one fire guy in here? Okay. Maybe there's something else in there if you don't have the golden sword. That might be it. Or maybe it's just a troll room. Because this last level is a huge difficulty spike compared to the rest of the game. Behold how difficult it is to just jump over an enemy and attack them from behind. You know, just jump over and hit them on the way back. Nope. No way, Sonny Jim. Just... the game will not allow it. The game will not tolerate your shenanigans. You're not allowed to just jump things. Don't do it. The enemy placement in this final level is just... at least for me, it's horrible. Maybe it's just something that takes a bit more practice, but... there's gonna be a part, especially later on, where it just gets ridiculous. Oh, it's coming up here, actually. This Boomerang Man, right here. Oh my god. How are you even supposed to do this and keep the golden sword? Maybe that's the point. Not supposed to be able to. This Boomerang Man, right here. What are you even supposed to do about him? What? How did those hit him? I don't understand. Whatever, I'm not gonna complain. But that area is so tight. Oh, and this is one of the worst rooms of the game. Doesn't look so bad, right? And it'll definitely not be as bad now that I have range on my side. But, you know, it's not just one gunman. It's like gunmen that protect gunmen that protect gunmen. They thankfully will not start attacking you unless you get close enough. So you can kind of take on one at a time. And also they don't respawn if you off-screen them. As soon as you get into this room, these enemies start attacking you. Look, I know game design is hard, especially in the 90s, but there's just certain rules that we as a society have to abide by. And one of them is don't put enemies near where the player spawns. I'm losing track of everything I've talked about and what will and will not be in the video. So I'm probably going to repeat a lot of points on accident.
Why?
Golden sword or not. Gun beats sword. Even if that sword is magic. Gun beats sword. Don't listen to anime, kids. Anime will rot your brain. Oh, you guys want to see something fun? You guys want to see something fun? I'll show you something fun. So this takes me back to that one room I was at that leads to the annoying boomerang enemy. Now, of course, you don't want to be back here, right? No one wants to be back here. So let's go through here. Oh, let's get ganged up on immediately. Yeah, you don't want to go back in that room. It would be much better to just restart everything and just go this way. Of course, there's spikes there. Spikes you wouldn't really know unless you've already experienced them. Anyway, just wanted to show that. Just to show, You know, I started all these Let's Plays of Hook because I really wanted to defend this game more. But, like, the more I play it, the more I realize, oh my god, this game, man. But it's so close to being good. Also, for everyone whose childhood I ruined, don't worry. This playthrough ruins mine as well. I am on a childhood massacring spree.
Something I just now thought of. Is that sword shooting fairy dust?
That's the only thing I could think of it being. This game is so close to being actually really good. Honestly, I feel like a lot of this enemy design wouldn't be such a problem if Peter was just better designed for it. If he didn't carry all this momentum, if he just didn't struggle turning around. This is a scene replicating the movie. I feel like this is the only time the game really tries to replicate the movie outside of cutscenes, of course. And now we get to Hook himself. Now I'm going to be doing this fight twice, with and without the golden sword, because I want to show just how different this can be. And I get power-ups are supposed to be a power-up, make you feel stronger, but... I feel like this game kind of overdoes it. I also get it. Hook has a grappling hook. That is actually kind of cool, though. And now for a cutscene that we haven't had in a while. You know, if only Tink just followed us and just was constantly sprinkling magic pixie dust on us, or fairy dust, I guess, we could have just flown over everything, just came straight to Hook, rescue the kids, and then just fly away. But nah, now instead Rufio is dead. And Peter Pan does not power up or anything. You don't even get flight. In the iconic Hook versus Peter Pan, there is no flying. You cannot possibly ever get flight. I can't believe I didn't take damage during that. Oh. You know, Hook is invincible until he starts striking. If he just never struck and just focused on doing damage touch, you never beat him. But thankfully he's not the smartest. With the sharpest sword in the pirate's ship. Okay, I thought that battle would feel a lot easier with the golden sword, but it feels almost kind of the same. Just, you have better range to take better advantage of when Hook leaves himself open, because he only leaves himself open in that frame before his attack. Oh, it's the crocodile with, well, not necessarily Hook's watch, just a time clock. And Hook is perfectly fine. You know, it barely even landed on him. It didn't even, like, chomp down. He's fine. Hook will return once again. Go on, children, fly. Fly home. Thudbutt, you are now the Pan. I will admit this is a nice enough ending. Then it goes throughout most of the game while showing the credits. This is nice. Well, of course, we've got more important things to do than... we've got more important things to do than show you credits. I forgot I put a save state there. You know what? I guess I could only show you the final part. I guess I don't have to show you the entire fight, because this second part is pretty much like his first, just without the slant. Okay. Alright, that's easier if you have good reaction time, actually. And he usually opens himself up when he's in range, so if you just play footsies, you'll actually beat him. That actually wasn't very much different. Like, the projectile doesn't even help in this match, in this boss fight, because he won't attack far enough for the projectile to matter anyway. So, okay. I guess we didn't learn anything at all. But I guess while this ending scene plays out again, yeah, I might as well... I don't know. I don't really believe in a number to end a review, but I guess since some people seem to like that, I would give this game 5 out of 10. It's frustrating, and it's annoying, and it gets way worse if you can't save state to keep your golden sword. Because believe me, a lot of those ranged enemies are just doubly annoying when you can't shoot a projectile towards them. But for the most part, everything before those final 2 levels is perfectly fine. This is a perfectly playable game. It just has those small irritations, and I don't know if they'll show up well depending on how I edit this, because despite the fact that I am saying I'm openly safing and loading, I want to not show too much of that as much as possible, just because I feel like watching a Let's Player load a state over and over is boring. So I'll be editing out most of that. I do give kudos to this development team, though. This is a game that had a lot more effort put into it than probably anyone would have expected. It's just much nicer from a presentation perspective than it is a gameplay one. Oh look, I guess here the game is showing, here's how you do it, stupid. And fair enough, fair enough. I'm not saying I'm absolutely perfect at this game. Now see, I wouldn't even bother stunning the skull. I wouldn't even bother stunning the skull, I would just jump over it. I don't know, like... nostalgia could be powerful. And sometimes we can have rose-tinted glasses. And while it is nice to look back... Sorry. It is nice to look back and reminisce fondly, but you want to be careful that those rose-tinted glasses don't hide any dark secrets. I mean, Hook being not great is not exactly a dark secret. You know it's not going to end the economy. But it is important to look back and realize things back then were not as good as we all thought they were. Not just for gaming, but a lot of other things. Yeah, I bet you didn't know this Let's Play was going to have a moral, did you? It's the moral I constantly push. It's my life's goal. Stop worshipping nostalgia. Stop letting the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, or whatever you're nostalgic for, cloud your view of the present and the future. In my opinion, considering everything going on, the future looks bleak. But things have been bleak before, and they will always continue to be bleak. You know, if... well, okay, I don't want to go too far in my comparisons. This is still just a licensed game at the end of the day. Let's not push boundaries too much. Just have hope for the future. This game may say the end, but our lives are still going. Have a good night.